preseason. Justin also out of the NFL Europe, formerly the World League. Graziani to handslide, forced out of bounds by Mike Jones after a pickup of 6. And another penalty marker, some more extracurricular activity. A frustrating afternoon for the defending NFC
Whitfield
champs.
may be asked to leave the game.
Illegal hands to the face, 70 offense. Unsportsmanlike or unnecessary roughness, number 70. He's disqualified. Both fouls are enforced.
And Ryan.
Fortunately for Tony, who is game, he would leave with a concussion, so third stringer Danny Cannell is playing. Meanwhile, Stoney Case has replaced Scott Mitchell, the quarterback for the Ravens. Patrick Johnson beats Ray Buchanan from
Louisville.
And look what happens. The Ravens are pumped, and Buchanan says, "You're not celebrating right here in my house."
I think something must have been said to Ray. Don't say it. Don't say it. I was ready to go home anyway.
2 out of 3 falls to curfew, and he is ejected from
Louisville.
Seattle 37-yard line. Back to Levens. Probing that middle. That's Basil Mitchell, actually, as Levens gets a break. And then you've got a little altercation with Dotson getting into it with Joseph and Brown, precipitating a flag. Chad Brown, a few more words for Dotson.
I'll tell you, Dotson's he's going to go 30 yards back now, Al.
Yep.
And there's another one. When the official throws the hat like that, that's another one.
Yep. Every flag in the joint's been thrown.
So now you have 3 penalties on one player right here. Recognizing Dotson, and Dotson
2
trying to be...
personal fouls, separate incidents, both on number 72, offense. He's disqualified.
He's thrown out.
30 yards enforced against Green Bay.
See, you've got 30 yards worth of penalties on a drive that's very critical, down by 14 points, and you just lost your starting right tackle.
20-yard line for the Bengals. 3rd and 3 from the 29. Drop play, Dillon. And he submarines ahead for the first down. Needed 3, picked up 4.
And Gus, that was really strange. Now, Jay Lewinberg just said something to the official, and I don't know what's going on. And it's a late flag. Prior to that snap, there was a whistle, and all the players slowed down. The whistle came from the stands.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 38. Penalty is half the distance to the goal with a first down. The player has been disqualified.
Unbelievable.
And that's what Jay Lewinberg was so upset about.
That's James Trapp, a backup defensive back who comes in nickel and dime situations. And he's been ejected from the game.
Short drop, and the pass is caught, and now it is a drop incomplete. Oz Hakeem hit by Conrad Hamilton, and he jarred the ball loose, and now a flag is down, and temper is flaring, and they have been that way since the beginning of this game, Matt.
Yeah, it has. There's another flag on top of it.
I got 3 of them down.
I got 3 of them down, and Oz Hakeem down, the ball going the other way. It's a nice hit by Hamilton.
That's 5 down.
That is, and Ryan Tucker's going to fill his bill.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, a late hit, number 76. He's ejected. 15-yard penalty.
So Orlando Pace gets the heave-ho. Now that means Cedric Jones, or whoever's lined up over him, has an advantage, because you're not going to go against Pace, who's playing pretty well. You're going to go against Tucker, a guy who they can beat. Now Fred Miller's been holding up his end of the bargain on the right side against Strahan. Now let's see if Tucker can hold it up on the other side.
I guess the doggone wanted to gobble up the Jaguars. So watch what happens here. Unfortunate, and the referee, Jeff Triplett's flag, hits Orlando Brown in the eye. He went right over to him, but the eye swelled up immediately, Tom.
Well, and certainly you cannot condone these actions right there by Orlando Brown. But let's understand, why is it that officials throw the flag at players? I say that this could have been avoided if you just drop the flag, you pick it up, because actually this guy is a guy who makes $27 million. It's a potential lawsuit if you blind this guy.
Doesn't matter. You still don't bowl over.
I don't condone
that. He was
it. I don't
ejected.
condone it.
Probably we'll hear more by that. But Brown escorted from the field. Had to be really escorted from.
Milburn lets it go. And Rich Cody could not save it. Jeff Robinson.
Robinson just got tackled by an official.
The umpire, Jim Quirk.
I got to tell you, that's going above and beyond the call of duty. That's a pretty good job. Look at Robinson.
And the crowd reacted as they showed it up on the big Jumbotron screen.
Well, that was a good job, really. I mean, you know, I was talking with Jim Hannafin before the game, and he said last week they felt the officials let the game get out of control.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 45 on the kicking team after the touchback. That penalty will be enforced from the 20-yard line. It will be first down and 10 on the 35-yard line. 45 is ejected.
Second week in a row where a Rams player's ejected. Last week it was Orlando Pace. As I said, Jim Hannafin said that game last week got out of control because the officials let the talking and the shoving go back and forth too long. This time the official is going to stop the altercation by tackling Robinson.
Jim Quirk with his first tackle of the game.
Yeah. 7:53 left, 3rd and 12. Empty backfield. Burline down the middle, incomplete, looking for Walls. Oldham with the defense, Flowers with the hit. Now they're going at it.
You know what?
Flowers and Walls.
Now, Walls went after Lee Flowers. Boy, they got a good one here. Now, is this a skirmish or a Donnybrook?
That's Donnybrook.
That's Donnybrook, all right. Flowers did throw the first punch, technically. Play's over.
Unnecessary roughness.
Now they
Number
won't.
85 of the offense.
See if he does.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 47, number 41 of the defense. By virtue of their action, both players have disqualified themselves.
Playing the judgment of the official.
This is obviously a different set of circumstances than they had the last time they played in the Silverdome.
From the 49-yard line.
Just look at his face, Al. Look how calm and poised he looks.
31 years old, played his college ball with Florida State. Fires it over the middle, and it's picked off at the 35-yard line by Stephen Boyd. And then you've got Johnson getting into a fight with Robert Porcher. So the quarterback and the big defensive end getting into a fight. McElwee went down. There is the referee at the bottom of the pile. Flags are down, of course.
This will be an interesting call on the fight and see whether or not Bob McElwee decides to throw somebody out of the game here. Al, those guys were swinging at each other.
Exactly. How about if he decides to throw Brad Johnson out of the game?
You got to give Johnson credit going for Porcher, but you usually want to do that when your offensive linemen are around, so you can seem tough and you don't really have to fight. You let those guys pick it up for you.
Now you've got a rugby scrum and another flag.
And this is probably all precipitated by the tongue lashing that Bobby Ross gave his team, and they're not going to take anymore.
Oh, look at this.
And what is he thinking about?
And then the back judge gets whacked. Trey Johnson hits the back judge in the back of the head. That is Bill Levy. Ooh, boy.
He's one of the great guys, too. You know, we deal with him all the time before games, and I don't know what Trey Johnson's thinking about, but you got to catch yourself and you got to hold Porcher.
We have unnecessary roughness against both teams after the play. And then we have an unsportsmanlike on number 77, Washington, 15 yards. The player
thrown
is
out of the game, yep.
So that is a Pro Bowl guard, Trey Johnson, who is ejected. So they're missing Trey Johnson, the Pro Bowl guard. Andy Heck, the left tackle, with a hamstring injury, went out in the first quarter, so it's a totally revamped line. And here's Porsche and Johnson that precipitated it.
And you know what's going on here, Al? Johnson had just thrown the interception. Defensive lineman, all of a sudden, look at the quarterback as fresh meat. He is no longer protected, and they can go after him. And defensive line coaches and defensive coordinators in the NFL basically tell their guys to go get the quarterback because he is free. He is no longer protected as if he would if he had the ball in his hands.